Jose Garcia, what up, bro? Thank you for joining the live stream. We're gonna be starting very, very, very soon. Epic Raven. We're gonna be starting soon. Venomous Raven. Love all these names. Love it. How's sound? Do they sound good? Let me know, let me know. I'm finishing this so we can get started. Okay. Garnett, yo, what's up, man? Me and you all have a discussion, a pending discussion. Mr. Chat 1205, what up, guys? Thank you for joining the live stream. You know what? Let's see how this thing is working. Renegade. Yo! We're gonna take live calls today later on, so be checking for that. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday, February 11th, 8:32 p.m. Eastern. My guys, I leave for a week. Well, I didn't leave, but you know, there's a week since the last live stream, and Ravens already making moves, signing, rumors coming left and right. Going to the combine, you saw that I dropped the first what do you call this? Scout, like a short. So that's what I'm expecting to do, just short little scout videos of different players. I did Kenneth Murray. Hopefully I'm gonna do Patrick Queen on Friday-ish. Then for some reason the name of this guy always escapes me. The dude from Cal. Yeah, from Cal. And then the linebacker from Ohio State. I'm dropping all those in the next 2 weeks. Then I'm moving to Epinesa, to okay, I'm gonna just say schools because at this point I'm blanking. I think Weaver from Boise State, the guy from LSU, Alabama, outside backer. So that and a couple more. Then I'm gonna bring some interior D-line. So basically all these early videos are gonna be from potential first rounders, and then I'm gonna keep pulling more. Now the middle linebackers are not gonna be all first round. I can tell you, spoiler alert right now, I think Kenneth Murray might be a first rounder. For me, for Patrick Queens to be a first rounder, it needs to just go in the combine and blow it out. That's just my opinion so far for what I've seen, but that's what I am right now. Kenneth Murray, I think, has the potential to be a first rounder. Patrick Queens, I think, has to blow the combine for it to be a first rounder, unless somebody late in the first falls in love. The other ones are not gonna be first rounders, but I'm still gonna scout them. Okay, and then wide receivers, right? So we're gonna go through all that. Main thing, the very important thing is, I wanna basically have a place where you guys to go 7-8 minutes. What I like about the guy, what I didn't like about the guy, and if I think it can fit the Ravens or not, right? Is that player a guy that we can use or not? And Kenneth Murray is, no doubt. Again, you can go by, the link is now nowhere here in the description because how they change all these things, but you can go and check my video, and you can see my opinion on Kenneth Murray. Anyway, Baltimore, Maryland. Do your thing, Sonny. Thank you, man. Mr. Shat205, thank you for joining. Everybody, thank you for joining the live stream. I say we get a strong wide receiver, and that is a big possibility. Epic Raving. Okay, let's talk about Chuck Clark. This deal was as good of a deal that you can have for the Ravens. So they're guaranteeing him around 2 years, right? And this year's guarantee if they don't shift the cap. Now, let me double check, because as last time that I checked, so DC, I didn't see them taking a cap hit for that. Hold on. I didn't see them taking a cap hit for this signing, but let's see. And yep. So right now, this doesn't mean that this is how it's gonna be, but Chuck Clark still accounts only for just under $800,000. And in my opinion, they should keep it like that, because what is gonna happen is in the following year, his cap hit is gonna be 4-ish, 3 to 4, depending how they move the money, how they're trying to move all that money around. And then. So that is very different for my point with Stanley. Stanley's current cap hit is what, 12.8. I think if they sign into the deal that I think they should sign him with it, which is 5 years, 100 mil. I think you bring some of those mils to this year, take that cap hit. So all good stuff. I thought that was a great signing for the Ravens. I thought that he was cheap. I thought EDC pull another one, guys. This is crazy. Because I would have thought Chuck Clark, if he would have waited a year. Now, granted, EDC could have gone to him like, yo, I know you come from a strong year, but injuries can happen. You get injured, now you're not going to even smell those 4 mil. Okay? So, I think at that point, Clark said, like, okay, this is what I have. Let me stabilize my family. He's from the area, right? He grew up in Virginia. He has a newborn. He said, why not? So I think it worked well for us. It worked well for him. If he keeps playing at the pace that he's playing, hell of a deal. Let me see here. Harry Holland, what up, man? Ravens fan, what's up? Baltimore man says the video is cutting in and out. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Are you all seeing that cut up video, guys? Let me know. This is nothing that irritates me more than that. Let me close some of this shit here. Let me close that. Okay. So hopefully you're not seeing any choppiness anymore. Okay, Dre. 121B more. EDC did a magic on them numbers. Yo. That's right. I mean, I still am baffled. Now, there's an article from ESPN. Let me see. What was it? Free agent. ESPN. I don't know. I forgot the name of the article. NFL. Let me do this too. I thought it was an interesting article. And I know the Ravens touched on it today. I can't find it. Okay. But essentially had Clowney going to us for 5 years, 115 mil, I think it was. So if you think about it, 23 mil per year. Now, you guys know I want Clowney. I think Clowney and Yannick, they're, in my opinion, better than Judon. You go pay them. 23 mil per year? That's stupid money. I don't know if Clowney's production, his history of getting hurt, is worth that. Now, to be fair to ESPN, they're predicting the other teams. I think it was Oakland and this is the Jets. Some of the other teams, they were saying 5 years, 125 mil. And I was looking at this, and I was like, yo, this is just stupid money. what has Clowney, and I'm going to put Clowney stats here for a moment. What has Clowney done to, get paid that much more? Now, he is going to be free and they cannot tag him. Now, I will say, to be fair to Clowney, when I see him play, he's a destructor. He might not have the stats, but he is living in that backfield. So, last year he played 13, and this is what scares me. Last year he played 13 games. 4 fumbles. That's great. And 3 sacks. That's the number. Now, again, so this is a new offense. And we saw him against us. He was getting pressure. It wasn't like he was not getting pressure. The year before he got 9. The year before that he got 9.5. I think he is a good outside backer. I think he can definitely help this team. But 23 mil is a hefty price. I don't know why or how, or this is the problem with free agency, right? Free agency, everybody gets overpaid, and then you basically, so we can go in and just pay a mammoth of a salary to a player, or wait a week or two, and prices come down to, I want to say normal, right? Because none of you guys, well, unless one of you guys is a millionaire, and I just didn't know. But I'm assuming none of us make that much money. So this is stupid money. This is funny money. But the reality is, with that, and let's go see the outside linebacker. Let's see the outside backers, because I think with that you can probably get 2. Or middle linebackers, right? So, outside linebackers. Bob Miller's not going to make it. That's a team option. He ain't going to make it. Fowler's not going to be expensive. You can sign him. He's decent. Suggs, I think we should not bring Suggs at this point. A guy that I liked before, the guy for New England, that's a Collins. That's a possibility. Let me see here. Dupree will be cheaper, although I don't want Dupree, but he will be cheaper. Jamie Collins, the guy that I said. Perella, he's cheap. There's a lot of names here that you can take a flyer. Now, I am in the win mode now mentality. I just think 23 mil is going to hinder you. It's going to hinder you. And the other thing is, it's not only 23 mil for a year. Like, I'll be more willing to do if you tell me, yeah, Clowney will sign with you for 23 mil for 1 year, guaranteed money. Go ahead. Why not? If it doesn't work out next year, you cut loose. Nothing there to be seen. Okay? But 23 mil, and then you're probably going to be guaranteeing like 80 or 90. I'll be trying to find this article. 80 or 90 mil guarantee probably, and that's insane. And you're setting a precedent, right? Because now, if that happens, if you're stating like that, they brought that guy outside for that much money. I'm the best left tackle in the league. Left tackles are getting highest right tackle right now, which was Lane Johnson, got 18.5. Stanley has to be in the 20s. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, guys. Will you give me a thumbs up if you want Clowney on a 21 plus mil? Thumbs down if you don't. Let me see how the chat here says. Regular stat, he's the only person last year that made Stanley look silly. I agree. Again, I think he does make that. He does put pressure. He's a beast when healthy. I agree. Asmodeus, what up, man? Thank you for joining. Anything below a 66% rating. What up? Let's get it. What's up, my friend? Alright, Bill. Cheaper and try to get a fifth technique and a pass rusher. We've been turning 4th and 5th round outside linebacker, and to start imagining what we can do with someone like Clowney. I agree, Mo. I definitely agree. I think we need somebody like Clowney. This is not a need. I'm just saying 23 mil. If you're willing to pay that much money, or nah, because that's roughly what it's gonna get. That's roughly what it's gonna hit. I mean, that's what ESPN is predicting, that, and they're calling it a discount because they want to play a contender. Because the other two teams weren't contenders, and he was getting paid like 25 or 6 mil per year. Let me see here. I'd rather have Chris Jones with that 23 mil. Clowney is in ours. Personally, I wouldn't pay Clowney or Judon. I would give Jalen Ferguson a chance and Vic Beasley. Okay. Fair. He is from another team. True Chris Jones, fight technique, and Big B will be decent. How do you feel about? Oh, let's talk about that. Be more rumor. Diggs Garcia said thumbs up. Not gonna happen, but Diggs will be amazing. Too high. Okay, so mostly thumbs down, 2 thumbs up. Okay. I mean, there's an argument. It's like I told Nugo, obviously, if you bring Clowney at that price, what are you losing on the other side, right? Because there's a loss. Now, Chris Jones, again, my whole thing has been, I have been saying this for years, and I know the Ravens website put somebody in the ESPN stratosphere said, like, oh, Campbell to the Ravens, that's my pick. I've been saying this for literally like 8 months. I think that is the best fit in Baltimore. It might be a flop, but I think it's the best fit for Baltimore. We're talking about 8 mil at most, I think, signing. And if you think about it, I understand the concern of building the inner D-line. You bring Campbell, you bring a guy like McCoy for 7 or 8. Now you have both interior linemen for 16. Plus you have Big Baby. Now those 3 guys are a good, solid interior D-lineman. And there's more interior D-linemen, that we can check. You can bring probably a guy like Ndamukong Suh on a very cheap deal for 1 year. Let me see. Dontari Poe, that's another guy that you can probably bring for a cheap deal. So there's players out there. Shelby Harris, that he's going to be more expensive. But, there's players out there for interior D-line that you can bring. You bring those 2. Now, Vic Beasley, they had it. I think the rumor is he's probably going to be like 1 year, 14 mil. Again, do you want to give that money to him or not? We'll see. But a 1 year deal is not as risky, right? You're not tied up. That dude flops in your system. You can just cut bait and go. So when you're giving a lot of money, that is also something to pay attention to. So, again, if you don't bring Clowney, if we cannot bring in Yannick Ngakoue, so you don't have those outside backers, are you willing to come to the year with a guy with like Beasley, Fergie, maybe Barnett or Barrett? Sorry, maybe one of those second tier outside backers. If that's the case, that's fine. I do think if we find a way to provide pressure without blitzing, it's over. It's over for the league. We're going to have the best defense in the league with probably the best or close to top 5 offense. We're going to be even more scary. Let's see here. It says get Beasley for about 9 mil a year. So, I hear the rumors like 13 or 14, but I see we can sign 2 above average guys with that price. Clowney is not worth the price. Ravens, Moto, right player, right price. Dre agrees with Eric. Khalil Campbell and Jordan Phillips are what we need. We should get DeMarcus Russell as the Ravens' new QB. Okay. Oh, by the way, do you guys enjoy the XFL? Give me a comment here. I watched the Washington Defenders. I thought I enjoyed the game. I thought it was good. It's quarterback from the Washington Defenders, the big boy. He was good. He looked good. He looked decent. I thought you know what it was? I thought it was an enjoyable game. I wouldn't say the competition's like, oh my god, this is better than the NFL. No. But it was an enjoyable game in February. Why not, right? Pass rusher, Yannick Ngakoue. Oh, Yannick Ngakoue. So Yannick is, I think Yannick is gonna get tagged. I think my sources, which are none, says the Yannick is gonna get tagged. That's my sources. So, we need to sign Stanley, Humphrey, draft well, and we believe in the players we already have. Okay, Mr. Shat, 1205. Let me say something. We need to sign Stanley. We don't need to sign Humphrey. We need to wait for Humphrey for next year so we can pick the 5th-year option. Then you sign him. Right? Yeah. Then you sign him. And now you have 2 years plus the sign, and then it just extends that. If not, you're just accelerating what you're going to pay. But I agree. We need to extend him at some point. And draft fall is always key. I love the XFL. That's awesome, man. It was a good one. Carl Jones. Big boy out of Ohio State. Let's talk about the secondary. Okay, let's talk. Okay, before we talk about the secondary, the XFL rules are very interesting. I agree. Let's get it. I like the extra point, 1 or 2 or 3. I like the replay. Yes, I agree with that. Harry Holland. I thought it was well done. Let me say kudos to the XFL. Good opening week. The question is, can they sustain it? We'll see. I liked it. It was interesting. I'll watch it again. Okay, let's change topics. Stefon Diggs. Rumor was, right, and then he said business is business. I retweeted that. And I was like, okay, Stefon Diggs. Will you bring Stefon Diggs to the Ravens? Quick survey here. Thumbs up, want him, thumbs down. And then I'm going to tell you what I think the price is going to be. But in 10 seconds, what do you think? Thumbs up if you want to bring Stefon Diggs, thumbs down. I know most people, especially the ones that are from Maryland, they were going to say, well, Maryland boy, we should have drafted him. You know, we should have bring him in, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that passed. Should we bring him now? P.J. Walker in the XFL was looking like Lamar. Nobody can look like Lamar. See, yeah, that's a sub-league. I got you, Malone, 410. I got you. Okay, so no on Stefon Diggs. Let me also say, the salary hit on Stefon Diggs wouldn't be that bad. I'm going to pull it right now so you guys know. Minnesota. The reason this is a rumor, by the way, is because Minnesota currently is 11.3 million over the cap. They cannot cut Kirk Cousins. Let me see here. They can do a couple cuts, like Stefon Diggs, who saves them 5.5. Everson Griffin is probably a cap casualty at 13.1. They have a couple others that probably can be cap casualties. So, very mixed, very mixed. I love when it's mixed. Love it. I love him, but he doesn't fit with our offense. If the price is right, sure. Thumbs up for Raven fan. Down for Epic. Mr. Shaq goes down. Is Clowney a real possibility? Depending on the price. And thumbs up. Okay, so addressing Ryan Murray really quick. Yeah, he is a possibility. It's just gonna be expensive. The thing with this, I'm gonna move from Clowney. The thing with Clowney is he cannot be tagged. Remember that he cannot be tagged, so he is gonna hit the open market. Versus Judon can be tagged, Yannick can be tagged, Chris Jones can be tagged, or highly unlikely, but he can be tagged. Okay. So this is what I think. He could be a first round pick for him. More real, like in theory, you can probably, if you tag Judon and trade him. And there's rumor that the Jets will be looking to trade a 2nd and a 5th for Judon. I can see us taking that 2nd and a 5th from Judon, sending him to the Vikings and bringing him. Now, I do agree a little bit with what Harry Holland says. I don't think Stefon Diggs is a great receiver. Can he fit this offense? The problem that I have with Stefon Diggs is when Kirk is not passing well, when Kirk is not getting him the ball, he gets very frustrated and he starts, right? And in this offense that the Ravens have, not every day you eat. As a pass catching, not every day you eat. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, well, you can change the offense. You're gonna pass a little bit more next year, and yes, that could happen. But the reality is, what I want next year is what happened this year. You run everybody's ball. You run the ball down their throat. You make that defense pay, lags, time of possession, and then opens the field. Guys, we need to stop the complexity of people are against Lamar. People are gonna be against Lamar, and that's fine. You can defend them, but not because of that. We should come in and throw it 30 times a game. Our formula, it is fine. Okay, now the question is, if Diggs comes, can he be rewired to be like, yo, this is, you do what you need to do. When it's blocking, you block. When it's throwing, you catch the ball. Because he is electrifying. But that is my main concern with Diggs. When you don't catch it, like you will see Hollywood in this offense having stretch of nothing. Right? Nothing. And he doesn't talk. He could have been because of a rookie. Mark Andrews and the other tight ends. The other wide receiver. So that is my concern. Okay, let me see some of the comments here. Who are we taking? Who are we talking about? For those of us that it's Stefon Diggs. If I was the Costa, I would get Dante Fowler and draft Kenny Murray. That's a possibility. Forget Diggs. Let's get Daniel Hunter from them. Okay, I mean, again, the big thing with Diggs, guys, and this is the only reason why it's a possibility or a rumor, they have 11.3 over the cap, and you think right now $6 million for rookies, so they need to shed, just to sign rookies without signing anybody, they need to shed 17 mil. 17 mil. It's a lot of cap that they need to shed. Stefon Diggs will be 5.5, so they have other players too that they can cut. Cratchy, he hated our offense. Same as that's my problem, Epic. That will be my concern. Dre and Mr. Shad, I don't know why the message got restricted. I had no control over that, so try to repost in a different way. I think if we get a wide receiver, we need someone that will help coach up Hollywood and Boykins without impeding their growth. I think D. Thomas, okay, will be a better get for us. And he will be cheap, no doubt. I wouldn't be opposed. Now, it's something that I said. I think there's a couple of receivers that I like, and as again scouting, I'm gonna bring more of those out. But saying all that, it all depends on the opportunity. If the guy is there, right price, right guy, like somebody said earlier, I think you get it. With Diggs, my problem with Diggs is when he doesn't get the ball, he starts, and that can be cancerous to our locker room. Our locker room is awesome. I don't want to bring anybody with negative vibes. So, would I want his talent? Yes. I don't know if that personality fits with the team. I don't know if you got what I said. Also, let me pause here for a moment and said, hit a quick like. I don't know how many likes we have currently in the stream, but if you haven't, please do. Also, be sure to check my series, as I'm gonna be putting more and more my scouting series for different players. I love doing this. We're gonna do a lot of scouting for different players, so please come. I know the views of all my videos have gone down, but I appreciate everybody that is coming out. So please, the likes help a lot. Every time you watch one of my videos, if you like it, just hit that like, because that does help. Okay. I think that goes out the door. Wait, I think I lost it. Dig is way too emotional for our locker room. We need more buying guys for our team. I agree with that. Sonny, I think we should look into linebacker Akeem Davis Gaither. I think he's a day 2 guy. I just like expert opinion. Sam Reese. I think I have you on IG. Send me that name on IG, and I'll put it in my list of players that I'm looking at. Cratty played better before he had his change snatch. Okay. I don't know what the change has to do, but okay. I can agree with that. I never liked Crabtree. Have you recovered from what happened in June? Oh, what? Whoa, what happened? Whoa, Sammy D, what happened? Epic, he is speaking facts. Okay. I'm gonna open phone lines, guys. I woke up way too early at 4 a.m. and I had to wake up at 4 a.m. today or tomorrow again. So I'm gonna probably cut the stream in the next 15 to 30 minutes, depending how many calls you have. So I would say, instead of calling, just text. That way I have a queue. So it's 443-292-2337. It's 443-292-2337. Again, 443-292-2337. And let's talk about all this stuff. if Murray and Queens and a pass rushing doesn't fall to 28, do we take a wide receiver? Possibly. If none of those three guys are there, I have questions because that means there's talent that got pushed back. I think at this point, Murray, before the combine, is a late first-round pick. I think Queen is a early second-day pick. So, and depending on the pass rusher, Apenesa's falling on the board. I think, again, I'm going to talk about Apenesa. There's something about Apenesa I don't like. There's something about Weaver I don't like. But as I'm diving in, hopefully I can see what that is. So, maybe. So that's a maybe. Let's get it. Hello?
Yo, Sonny.
AJ?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. Thank God we locked up Chuck Clark.
Hey, that was a good signing. And then cheap.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Rams are gonna beat the Leeds in a Boom 2.0. That secondary.
So you think we're gonna be the next Legion Boom?
Probably.
Okay. So you like the Chuck Clark? What do you think about the rumors?
For Jadeveon Clowney?
For Clowney, yeah, and for what do you call that guy? Diggs.
I don't know. While I do like Diggs as a wide receiver, I think he might be like I don't know. I don't know about Diggs. Like he'll be like Antonio Brown. We're a great receiver, but terrible personality.
Yeah,
that's my only concern with Diggs.
Yeah, so for me, let me also be clear. I don't think Diggs is I don't think Diggs is AB or anything like that. I just think he likes. He's aggressive. He's a good receiver, but I think he needs an offense where they're passing a lot of the ball. When he doesn't see that, he gets frustrated. He starts talking.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I have with Diggs.
Yeah, like he's nowhere near as bad as AB, but he does. But his antics can get him to that level.
Yeah. So last year he has his moment. He had his moments.
Yeah. And then, yeah. Plus we are top 5. Plus we're probably like top 5 when it comes to locker rooms. Like we have. Like watching stuff like behind the scenes, we have one of the best locker rooms. Like nobody's yelling at each other. Nobody's talking trash behind each other's backs. And that's what I like about this locker room, and why if we did bring in somebody like Diggs, we could make or break the locker room.
Okay, I got you. Anything else, AJ?
No, they're not. That's the fact that hoping we either re-sign Judon or get someone on a cheap in free agency. Okay. Like we don't like completely overspend in free agency.
Yeah.
Which is like different. Which is a lot of teams' biggest weakness in free agency, like last year, where Jets replaced for Le'Veon and he ended up going nuts.
Okay.
And then Mosley and he got injured. So I'm hoping we don't go free agency crazy and completely overspend.
Yeah, I mean, overspending on the wrong guy is bad, but we are definitely in a window, so we need to figure out the holes, figure out the people that you want to bring in, and just go for it.
Yeah. Really, our two biggest needs is edge rusher and wide receiver.
Edge rusher, wide receiver, yeah, middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really the three biggest issues, especially if Peanut doesn't come back.
No, he's gone. Peanut ain't coming back. Peanut was pissed off at his coaching staff, so he will. And then there's no reason for us to pay him. So yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah. So even with it, yeah. So it, and then with middle linebacker, either we'll have Sack Daddy there, or we'll draft them, or pick up someone in free agency like Vic Beasley or something.
Yeah, Vic Beasley is a popular pick over here with Ravens fans, so we'll see, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah. Middle linebacker, edge rusher, especially if you don't re-sign Judon, and wide receiver. Just because Lamar Jackson needs more than 2 pass catchers, Andrews and Brown.
Yep, I got you.
Lamar Jackson really doesn't have any good wide receivers out of those two. Because Boykin needs improvement, and Roberts isn't coming back, and Sneed's night and day.
I agree. Anything else, man?
Nope.
Well, AJ, thank you for always calling, bro.
Have
a good night, bro.
Yeah.
That was AJ. I always appreciate him calling. Deron, what up, man? Capo Status, thank you for joining the live stream. Hello.
Sup, son? How you doing?
Smodius. Are you sitting in traffic somewhere?
Nah, man. I already got home.
Ah, good. Because I know, at least for in this side, it has been raining and,
Man, it's supposed to rain the entire week. It's going to be gross.
Yeah, so people don't know how to drive without rain. When the rain comes, I don't understand.
When the rain comes, everyone forgets how to drive.
I don't understand this. I mean, you're dry inside the car. What's wrong with you? It's not sliding. I mean, I don't get it. If you have bad wipers, then go change them. That's the only thing I can see. But that's on you. It's a you problem at that point.
It's either that or tires.
Yeah, tires the same way. You cannot have bad tires in the winter, right?
Nope. No, you can't.
No, because a little snow and you're done. Learn that quick. Anyway, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Not bad. So tell me, you like the signing of Chuck Clark?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Dude, that's a brilliant move. I mean, extending it. So, I'm not sure about this detail, but I know that he was supposed to be a free agent not this year, but next year.
Yep.
So, I mean, with the way that his contract's going to be, is he finishing up his rookie deal and then taking the 3-year extension, or is that going to be effective as of next year?
So they can do a couple different ways. I'm assuming it hasn't reflected, and I check over the cap, so I'm assuming it hasn't reflected there. But right now they have the same cap hit as last year, so they could keep it the same way, which is under 800,000. Or they can say, well, let's bring it up a little bit and then flatten the rest. The reality is, if they keep it as is this year, the next couple of years we're talking, what was it, 3.5, almost 4 mil, between 3 and 4, somewhere there, depending how they want to play the rest of the year's numbers. Which ain't horrible, right? So yeah, it should be fine. I'll take it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought ADC. If you would have told to me, like, Sonny, what do you think Chuck Clark's value is? 6 or 7. So he got it from basically half of that.
Yeah, man, and I mean he's gonna make an impact. That dude's smart, and I mean I kind of see. I see if he gets a little bit more development, he could have a mind similar to like an Ed Reed. I don't think he's gonna have the ability, but I think he will have that mind. He seems to be really smart, and I almost wouldn't be surprised if he is actually able to do some similar things. Maybe not entirely, but at least pretty close to it.
Yeah. I think. I mean, at this point, his price is basically almost backup price, right? So that itself is great. If he plays like last year, that's also awesome. I think he has potential to grow. He's still young. He was in his third year last year. And he looked like he played better with EDT.
Yeah, you look like he played like every year. You look like he played like a veteran. I'm not gonna lie, he played like a veteran. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the free agency a little bit.
Okay.
I know that we were talking about Stefon Diggs and we're talking about pass rush and everything. So Stefon Diggs, I don't think that. I heard the other caller, and I mean, like I'm gonna politely disagree, and I will see him in the locker room. Because I mean, from my understanding, I don't follow the Vikings like that, but from my understanding, the reason why he was so vocal when Kirk Cousins was doing bad is because, well, Kirk Cousins' one thing that he can do is throw. He's not a dual threat quarterback.
No.
So the only thing he can do is throw, and if he can't throw, then what is he doing there? What are they paying him for? So I mean, I think everything that he was saying at that point was kind of justified. And what it ended up doing was that a firing of Kirk Cousins, and then lo and behold, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they won the first round of the playoffs. So
I don't disagree.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's.
But those are the stuff that you keep inside your locker room, right?
Yeah.
Like putting your laundry out there, it just makes more. We don't have that type of player currently. I don't know if I want that type of player.
Well, no, maybe not to that degree. But I mean, I feel like some of our players wouldn't at least they won't point out a person, but they'll at least speak truth, kind of like how Marlon Humphrey was when he said the MO of the Ravens is do great in the regular season and then choke in the playoffs, which I would say is it's not necessarily pointing out at one person, but it's kind of like, I guess the best way of saying it is truth. And I mean, everyone knew that Kirk Cousins was playing bad, so I mean, it's not like it's a surprise or anything.
Yeah, I mean, and somebody here said Thielen was mad at Kirk too. He was, but he didn't go to the media and and went all out at that point. So that was my big problem. Now again, can you trade for him and having a sit down before you get him and say, like, this is how you play? Are you buying in? If he says yes, dude is talented. The dude is talented. If you bring Stefon Diggs, you have Hollywood Brown, you have two fast guys with pretty good route running ability, and you still had your tight ends to work the middle of the field. Stefon can work the outside. Hollywood can work the outside. You still have need for the intermediate chain moving yardage. So yeah, man. I mean, it will work. Can locker room is the one thing that concerns me. Can that work?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, it's also like, I mean, I guess I would leave it at it's speculation right now. But if it were to happen, I don't think it would be as big of a deal. Cause I think him coming to the Ravens, going to a team that's not even arguably, it is better than the Vikings. Coming to a better team, knowing that he has a better chance of being able to make it to a Super Bowl and getting a ring, and then really busting the market when he gets his next contract.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could definitely see him at least buying in for a few years.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my thing. But I mean, while we're on the topic of wide receiver, this is going to sound really kind of funny.
Okay.
I think a good signing, something that I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, is if we were to sign Dez on a league minimum. And there's a reason why I say this. There's a reason why I say this. Number one, Dez Bryant he's not the best wide receiver, but he's better than a Crabtree, and he's going to be cheaper than a Crabtree. And he clearly wants to be here. He said it multiple times, and I'm thinking, it's like, Okay, so he could play. I completely forgot the guy's name, but he could play a role similar to that guy we signed in the preseason, who was a veteran, but he was on a decline. And whether or not he made a team didn't really matter. But I mean, at least he was able to help lead the locker room, and then teach the young guys a thing or two. I think that he could definitely fill that role, and it will I could imagine it being similar to like a RG3 Lamar Jackson type of deal, but in this case it'll be for the wide receivers. So I think with those, and then clearly he's more mature, at least from what he's been saying. I don't see that being a bad sign at all.
I bring this if it is in a non-guarantee, as minimal as you can get, and because Des also likes to talk a lot. Again, our locker room is awesome, so I want to be careful of receivers we bring. So I had no problem. The problem also that I have with Des is last time that I saw him on the field, he couldn't catch. He was dropping too many balls. And
then that's the thing. So I mean, like, I'm sorry if we cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So I mean, no, the thing was is that what I was getting at is that, so let's say he doesn't show good during OTAs, training camp, and preseason. Well, I mean, you make it the league minimum deal, like you said, not guaranteed, and you just cut him. At least you got a chance, and you could say that at least the Ravens gave him a chance, and you can kind of do what you do with it.
I got you. Again, non-guarantee league minimum. I can live with that, but I wouldn't expect him to do much. I wouldn't.
No, but I think it'll be interesting, and it'll be interesting if anything else, if nothing else.
Gotcha.
Anything else? As far as the I'm gonna talk about the cap and then defense, and then I'll go ahead and end it. So
go ahead.
So I agree with you with the cap that we do want to go ahead and spend and try to get the people that we really need in order to fit within the window. The only thing is that I don't want to see us doing the same thing with the LA Rams are doing, because they're going down the toilet because they kind of felt like they needed to get like these all the pieces together within a certain amount of window. It ended up not working out, and then it bites them in the ass later. So that's the only thing for me.
The problem that the Rams have, and I'm looking here, where are they? So I can see what is their cap. Here they are. So they actually have some cap room. They have 14 mil. But the problem with the Rams is they had Gurley, which they overpaid for him. Second, they have Brandon Cooks, so they overpaid for him. And third, they don't have draft picks. That's the big thing. Those three things don't help them.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a special situation, but I mean, when I say that, it's like I'm kind of referring to a Matthew Judon.
Okay.
To where like we want to keep him as long as it's in a reasonable price range. The minute it's not, you gotta cut him or you gotta do something else, because you can't overpay for him. Like, he's great, but you can't overpay for him. I would say with that money that we would be paying Judon, I think we'd be better off getting like a Yannick Ngakoue or a.
Yeah, the more that I think about it, I don't think Yannick will be a free agent.
Either that or even a Chris Jones, if that's possible. I mean, that'd be the big splash signing.
Yeah, I know for a fact that Clowney's making the free agent market. That's why we started talking about Clowney earlier. But yeah, I got you.
If we did Clowney, I would probably say like a 3-year deal.
He's getting a 5-year.
Maybe 19 at most a year, and I would probably say like.
So the prediction for Clowney right now. Now the prediction currently for Clowney is 5 years, $125 million.
He's gonna pay $25 million right now.
That's currently what they're saying for Clowney.
Wait, that's what they're projecting?
That ESPN was saying The ESPN actually had an article saying that if he goes to the Ravens, he would get a discount at $23 million per year.
He is seeing some goose. You kidding me?
I mean, if there is a demand for him, it might. That's how Z got paid. That's why.
I don't see the Ravens paying him $23 million. Not at all. That's too much.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree with you. I definitely agree. So, what do you want to say about the defense?
Well, I mean, it's really those pieces. I mean, I agree with gosh, what was his name? He was a guy who balled last year, but he the previous season this last season he did not, and he had a green dot. What the hell was his name?
Clark?
No, the other guy.
Peanut?
Yeah, Peanut. Yeah, he's definitely gone.
Yeah, he out. Yeah. He's a goner. He ain't coming back.
The fact that I can't remember his name is the fact that he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, no, he had beef with the coaching staff. He's not gonna say.
He's a great support guy, but he's not like a full-time starter. At least not yet. Maybe he will be in like 2 years, but I don't even think he'll be next year. And then I think Pierce will be gone, and it'll be interesting. I mean, I think that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for free agency to start. I can't wait. Anyway, I appreciate you, Asmodeus, like always, bro. Thank you for calling. Always, thank you for listening. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, let me do this.
Hello? Hello?
Dímelo.
Hey, dímelo, ¿qué lo que? What's good?
Everything okay, man?
What's good? Of course, man. I'm in this football drought, man.
I know,
It's
but
XFL's cool, though. XFL's cool, but it's not the same.
do you have a New York team for the XFL?
Yeah, the Defenders.
Is that the Washington team?
No, then what they called? Yeah, they won, too. That's sad. No, Gladiators? No, it's not Gladiators.
Maybe it's why.
Whatever, they suck. Listen, they suck. They suck next to the Jets. No, they're way better than the Jets. I can't say.
No, man.
But,
Yeah.
Man, this is like the hardest time to watch football because all it is predictions.
It's prediction. I agree.
That's all
Now,
it is.
I would say I love watching drafts. I love predicting that. Free agency annoys me because it's about a bunch of people getting overpaid. Doesn't matter if the top, let's say Jordan was a free agent. He was going to get overpaid. Although the NBA has a different rules how they cap players, how much they can make. But my point is, if there's a way that somebody's going to get overpaid, it's going to be through free agent. See.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. What's it's not even bothering me. It's just, man, let me just go through the whole Stefon Diggs coming to Baltimore. We don't need that. We need positive vibes in Baltimore. I need the wide receivers to keep the same energy they had last year when they didn't want to be on our team. Dez shouldn't get a shot of even practicing on our field. You had $21 million for 3 years. You dubbed it. Then you tore whatever you tore in New Orleans. So you don't get to come back to that. No, we don't need you. I really think Judon's gone.
You think so?
After the past few weeks, I've grown to accept it. So if it does happen, it happens, and that's it. Because if you say, "Oh, we need Judon next season," he really wasn't that effective this year. Even if you hear with the whole coverage sacks and everything, he just had all day to finally catch the quarterback.
Yep. So let me tell you something, because Lex is bringing a point. I think you brought it before, guys, and I apologize because when the chat goes fast and I have calls, if you ever, if you do super chat, then I can see it. But if not, I'll try to come back to the comment, but I might forget. But I know the whole Kerrigan. I like Kerrigan. Would I trade a third-round pick? I don't think so. Maybe a fourth. We're talking about a guy that's 32. He's going to cost you 11.7 against the cap.
Which is old.
Yeah, it's
old. Old in the NFL. That's like an old man, which is crazy.
Yeah. Now, the Redskins, I think they probably would cut him. But if you want to give him a fourth, they probably would take the fourth, and save that 11 mil. So, would I want Kerrigan? I think Kerrigan's fine. I think you bring him. He's a good locker room guy. He's a guy that plays hard, plays well. He can play like a Raven. He probably would prefer because he doesn't have to move far. A fourth round, a fourth round is where is my limit for him. But go ahead, sorry.
No, it's cool. But even we definitely got a hit on this draft. Like we did pretty good last year and the year before. Like it's starting. We're getting a good trend coming, but I definitely think we got to be very careful about what free agents we bring in. Like I understand we went 14-2. Do I expect us to do that next season? No, I don't. Honestly, I don't. But I see us getting further in the playoffs. But we definitely need to bring the right chemistry, guys. Even with the wide receivers. Like hopefully Hollywood's 100% next season.
Hopefully.
That'll be, and the playbook expands and everything. So that's what I need more out of. I just want to see Lamar grow a little bit.
I'm hoping to see a big year of Boykins. I know all of you. Yeah, I know all of y'all love what is his name? I'm blanking. Number 12.
Oh. From where?
From Vegas.
Oh, Jalil Scott?
Yeah, Scott. No. Yeah, Scott. Yeah. Thank you. Scott, I don't know, man.
I don't think he's getting shot. I don't see it.
This 2 years, he didn't get.
It's frustrating because
I know.
If you played, let's just hypothetical. I know it doesn't mean nothing, but if you threw him in Madden, he does damage. Same thing as Boykin. I use him. I'm not gonna lie. I'll throw him in there. It's a huge Madden. It's a mismatch. A 5'11" corner cannot shut him down.
That's true.
It's not gonna happen. Throw it up. He's gonna catch it.
But look, why is he not even? He cannot even make the team to play special teams.
Yeah.
And for the guys that are talking Campbell over Kerrigan, no, you take both. You trade for Kerrigan as a 4th round pick, and then once Calais get cut, you bring Calais Campbell in. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. Nah, it's the battles because people want these players to move, man. They what is it in Ngakwe? But is he gonna be a free agent?
I don't know.
I can't even say his name. I'm not even gonna.
Yannick Ngakwe.
Yeah.
So the reason why we talk about Clowney so much is because Clowney is gonna be a free agent. They cannot tag him.
Oh yeah.
Versus Judon can get tagged. See, the best thing that can happen for the Ravens, especially if they're looking to trade Judon, is Yannick gets tagged, Judon gets tagged, and Clowney signs quick, and a team gets desperate and calls the Ravens for trade for Judon, and gets like a second and a fourth.
We're due for a 2nd round pick from somebody else.
I'll take it.
We're definitely due for a 2nd round pick. But I like the Chuck Clark extension. I think it was really smart because he's young, and it's 3 years extended, so you don't have to do. I think Eric's doing a really good job dealing with this cap the long run, thinking about I'm gonna end up having to pay Lamar, but we're gonna keep our defense intact around him.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's the key.
Yeah,
because hey, man, you think one thing and then the next thing happens, and you're like, wait, why? It doesn't even make sense.
I got you.
What was it? No. Do you think? I know there's a little offset, but do you think Bedvick's ever gonna get another shot somewhere?
I think he's done. He bounced to 3 teams?
Yeah, 3 teams last season. Yeah, at least he got us a 5th round pick.
I know that was.
Shout out to him.
That was the 5th round that we converted for who?
For Marcus Peters. No,
was it Peters? Yeah, it was Peters.
Yeah. We gave up Kenny Young and a 5th round pick.
That's crazy. I still
what
can't.
A steal.
Oh my god, it's
Idiot.
crazy.
Idiots. But so how do you see us? How do you see us matching up in the draft? What do you think we're gonna pick first?
Let me see. So it depends on what happens in free agency. If we're completely honest, it depends what if I happens. I like the kid Kenneth Murray. That was my first. I don't know if you saw the video, my little breakdown.
The inside linebacker.
Yeah, it's a linebacker. I like him.
From Cal.
For Oklahoma. So
Oklahoma. Okay.
Yeah. So, but there's a couple pass rushers that I dig also, and there's some receivers. Now it's deep on receivers, so I can see us going on the second round receivers. But that's just the positions we need. Oh, inside or interior D lineman. There's a couple guys that I also like.
No, you know when the team start doing the what do they call them, the team visits that players actually end up showing up in Baltimore. Do you or anyone else like ever like hang out by the castle to see who comes? I know it sounds like some stalkers.
Have you ever been to the castle?
No, I've never been. I didn't even get to get a ticket last year for the practice.
So the castle is a very remote-ish. Like if you hang out outside the castle, you're like in the middle of the woods.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So the castle is beautiful, and if you've never been there, you should go. It's awesome.
Listen. In July, I'm gonna try to make my way in there. They just ran out of tickets.
Yeah, no, I got you. But it's awesome. It's definitely awesome. I definitely recommend anybody to go and watch a practice there. It's very fun. Very pretty scenario. But it's not a place like you can hang outside and check. But they always leak who's visiting, and that will be after the combine.
That's true. Do you think Gus will get a shot for the number 1 spot this year?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, because they have Ingram, and they feel like Ingram is the guy. They don't want to do that to Ingram. Maybe the following year, as Ingram's is approaching either getting cut or... I mean, for Gus to be the number 1 has to be the Ingram take a step back and Gus takes a wildly step forward. This is why, and again, I don't want to... I love Ingram, but I do think that we shouldn't sign him. I love his leadership.
I think we're stunting Gus's growth.
I thought we should have kept Gus as the number 1, draft the guy, maybe take a backup, a cheap backup. The thing with Ingram, he didn't break the bank, and his leadership was second to none. So I like the signing grew up on me, but I still some people say that's one of my worst takes. I still think that if we wouldn't brought Ingram, we would have been fine with Gus. Call it whatever you want. I think that Gus would have.
I think Hill would have broke out earlier.
Yeah, like, maybe.
Hill started breaking out towards the end of the season. He would have had those opportunities earlier in the season. Would have been a different thing because this guy can ball, like especially once he starts cooking. But I'm excited for cornerback battle for next season because my boy Tavon Young comes back. I love him.
Yeah, I love Tavon.
So he gets to drop back in the slot. So
yeah,
you get Marcus Peters on the outside with Marlon Humphries. That's crazy. You think we're gonna sign Jimmy or Carr back?
No Carr, possibly
no Carr.
Jimmy.
So Carr's gonna retire then.
Maybe,